Hello everyone, thank you for the request to do a review on this Louis Vuitton Greenwich bag, spelled Greenwich. I was butchering the pronunciation when I first did this unboxing. I've carried it constantly for about 2 weeks to really give it a feel on the bag. Here it is with the handle. What's different about this is that it has the handle in the damier ebene, whereas when you look at a Speedy, because several of you asked me to compare it to a Speedy, it has the coated canvas. When I compare the two, the Speedy and this Greenwich, you can see them on the side. Initially, your 30 actually holds more, but it is more difficult to get your items in and out. The drop is longer on the Greenwich, and honestly, it has a different feel to it. When you look at the Speedy, its brass is beautiful, but I heard somebody else say this too, but one of the first things that caught my eye on the Greenwich is that the brass on this lock is brighter, it's shinier. I'm hoping I'm getting that in the camera for you to see. You can see that it is a zipper closure, and you're also going to see a little gap. So let me show you. This is the look with items full. I mean, this is heavy just because I'm holding it up like this. So let's address the heaviness. It is not a heavy bag, but it is heavier than the Speedy. It's difficult to find a bag as light as the Speedy, but what you have with the Greenwich is probably the extra hardware. Not a lot though. Probably the feet, and probably also the leather additions on it, but it's still not a heavy bag. Okay, then what's interesting is you have this crevice, it's pushed in. You can pull it out and immediately change the look. Now I'm all about the practical. I have asked what people like with it out or in, and it's mixed. Pretty much half of you said out. Definitely we agree that this is a more casual look, but sometimes I pull it out just so I can stick my water in there. So if you're walking along and you're going into your office, and I might want to wear it over my shoulder, and I have my water, I can pull it out and just stick it inside there. So it is a little bit practical. What I like about this bag is the versatility. Now, before I go any further, this is with the wings out. This is something that I think really helped the bag, is this charm. Now, I have always found charms beautiful and they're not necessary, of course, but they can add a flair. And I want to show you how much I enjoy this particular charm the most on this bag. I feel like automatically it just changes the bag. I think for me, the bag looks a bit executive, almost like a men's bag maybe, but with this, it goes back to that feminine flair. Okay, I want to also address, you've got this damier ebene strap here. On the website, it says that it will be a crossbody, but there's no way this could be a crossbody. But that's okay, because it doesn't look good. I took the leather strap from the Speedy and tried it on, and if I were in a pinch, I could, because this is removable, then I could put the leather, the treated leather strap from the damier ebene. It doesn't match this leather. I think this is the Nomade, whatever, Nomade. I don't know how to pronounce it, but at first I wasn't sure about this leather, but now I love this leather. I love the feel of it. The handles are smaller. It's a little bit longer drop, as I mentioned, and it's very comfortable to carry on the arm. Okay, so that being the case, I've grown. I was disappointed that this wasn't a crossbody. I don't think it would be advisable to use a bag this size as a crossbody, but I'm all about options, and if you want a lot of options in a bag, this is a great bag. And with the website even said it's crossbody, but it's not crossbody. I mean, it's really not. Even if I have it on the shortest, second to shortest, and you can see where it would fit me ridiculously. All right, if you can see that, hope you can. So it's not gonna be a crossbody, but you could add a crossbody strap if you had to. Then this is the complaint that people have on the Greenwich, which I can understand. The zipper is as beautiful as always. It has this leather tab. And by the way, one of my favorite things about this bag is this lock, and you can connect it as such. But when you unzip it, you can unzip all the way. It's very easy to unzip, okay? But putting it back on is a complaint. You can't do it one-handed. You have to set the bag down to put it on. It's just like putting on a jacket. You have to use both hands and connect it on. It's just like that. But what I love about this bag is that when you unzip it, it's big. So if you want a speedy type bag that you can actually open and see, this is a great option for you. And again, it can be open with the wings out. It also has this strap with this D-ring here. And you can attach the two to hold the bag together, which I find I do this quite often. Let me show you. Here we are, this little strap. And what it will do, it'll keep the wings from popping out. It holds it in. Now I want to show you what this looks like, because a lot of times I just carry the bag with it open. If I'm walking from my car to my office, I'll just leave it like this. And when I do that, I can fit an enormous amount. This is when it's zipped up, it will not hold what a Speedy 30 will hold. It will hold definitely what a Speedy 25. I would say it's between the Speedy 25 and 30 if you have it zipped up. If you have it opened, you can put everything in it that you would carry, I promise you, in a never full MM and probably a never full GM. It is deceiving. Let me unhook this strap again and kind of show you what all I carry, because it's actually quite a bit. This is work-related items that goes with me at home and at work. I always have it, so it's nice. I like to carry, and this is what I probably should downsize on, but inevitably I will need a smaller bag within my bag. And so it's just easy to keep my keys and the extra strap in here and a wallet, because if I'm going someplace really quick across campus, and I've said this many times, I just like to have this available. So this works for me to have that at this time. If I absolutely know I'm gonna get to stay in my office to do work, then I may leave it. But you have two, let me go and pull out the things. This is something I'm donating to work. I'm using this Prada bag as my makeup bag. It holds a ton, but I would think that this Greenwich would hold any size of makeup kit that you were comfortable in having with you. I always have my sunglasses, my prescription sunglasses, lotion, and I have my Agenda PM. And I want you to see as I pull it out, these are my keys that are usually in my Eva clutch. And then I have my little clay that has business cards and extra change. And then this is for fun. I say it's for fun because it's just so stinking cute. I would buy this just to look at it, just a round coin purse. And I have copied some of you guys when you say you keep earphones in, earplugs in. And I also have little like bobby pins and things for my hair. And it's also attached to a key ring that I could attach on a bag, or put it inside of a bag on a D-ring. And it's hard to see because it's such a dark interior. It is a beautiful purple suede interior. And look how big that is. I mean, seriously, when I'm at work, you can set it down and the bag just is open. You can just reach in and grab your items. The other thing I like about the Greenwich, even though it's a zippered bag, you get two zippered pockets and they go all the way down. And in it right now, I have miscellaneous items that you could go all day on. I can keep candy, gum, tissues, anything like that. And it's actually full. But I also wanted to show you that a full-size wallet, and granted, I do not carry the largest full-size wallet, but here is an Emily wallet. It fits very easily inside the zip compartment, so that works well. And you can put it at the back here, or an equally sized pocket zipped on the other side. So you really could put your valuables in there. And then there's two slip pockets Gum and tissues fit nicely, but you could put your lotion, you could put all kinds of things. So it's this big open pit. It's a very versatile bag. This bag, I would recommend if you are going to use it for work, as I mentioned, and you want to carry a lot of things and you do not want to be a tote. I think I've used this bag in meetings and I feel quite comfortable with it. I do get compliments on this bag, and overall, I would say that this bag definitely looks more expensive than a Speedy. But, you know, somebody said, gosh, if you had to choose between the Greenwich and the Speedy, I think because of the nostalgia, I would go with the Speedy. But as I say that, I happily go to this bag every day in the short period of time that I've had it. I just keep going back to it, and I keep looking at it, and I keep falling in love with it, and then I keep questioning the bag. And I think it's either because it's a very new bag. It is probably the most expensive bag I've ever purchased. And so I don't know if I'm vacillating between a new, wow, this was a lot, like I'm still catching my breath from that, or if it is just so perfect I can't even believe it. I don't know if that makes sense, but seriously, when I've been thinking about what to say to you guys about this bag, those kind of thoughts go back in. I think a good question would be, would I buy this again? And I don't know. I would say a week ago I would have said no, but the longer I have it, the more I really love it. There are some imperfections, one that was mentioned, when you zip the bag. But actually I get used to it, so I can even hold it on my shoulder. It takes two hands, but it is not hard to put it together. You just stick it in there. We know what Louis Vuitton zippers are like, or if you've ever experienced a Louis Vuitton zipper. And of course I'm struggling, this is funny. Okay, it's on, and then you just pull it. And once you get it on there, it's really easy. Is that a downfall? I think it is, because it should be easier. Now, if you had it where it was just one zipper, you wouldn't be able to open the bag, of course, as wide. And so a lot of times if I want to keep it closed, but I need something in my bag, I can just open it most of the way and be able to easily get into my bag. I mean, it opens as wide as any Speedy when you leave it like that. So that's one option. The other option is a lot of times I just leave it unzipped. And there have been a couple of you ask, does a computer fit in it? And I would have assumed no. So Shanti, forgive me, because I told you that when you asked me, I told you that this computer would not fit in. But once I tried it a little differently, I was trying it with its case on. This is a Mac Pro 13-inch, and you can see how thin it is, and it's certainly lightweight. Well, I can show you that it does fit in. Okay. I think when I hold it up, yeah, there you go. It will fit right on in, and it even zips up. So I'm going to do that now to show you it zipped up, because it's only going to take forever to do. So you're seeing the drawback. It is definitely getting the start of this zipper. Okay, there. And so it doesn't have a lot of room on top, but it does fit. I would say if you want a lot of other things in this bag, carry your Mac Pro in here, because as you see, you're left with ample amount of room, and everything that I had shown you that I fit in my bag will easily fit in here too. I'm just, whoops, my lotion just fell. I will definitely just have to keep it with it unzipped, which is not bad. It looks a little awkward when you have it over your shoulder, but not when it's zipped. But see, even that, I have it on my shoulder and it's open and it stays close. And if you want to hook this little leather piece to the D-ring, it's going to stay with the sides tucked in. So that's what I can tell you about this Greenwich bag. The more I have it, the more I love this bag. And I think it adds when you have a charm. I think it feminizes it. This is a very versatile bag. Can somebody use this traveling? They absolutely could. They could use it while they went out of town. So I would say if you're not a tote person and you want a bag, and I keep saying a tote person, I think I was just amazed that this Greenwich fit everything that a Neverfull does. And I mean, my Neverfull MM would bulge with all the things that I would have in there, whereas this one would just spread out, but it was not bulgy. I don't want to forget to share this. One observation I've had on the bag is that when you put all your items in it, and let me quickly put back in the makeup case and the little clutch. Here comes my agenda. I'm just gonna throw the little small items in. Okay. When the bag sits there, it has a tendency to fall over. It doesn't fall. It definitely is a balanced bag, but it will kind of lean forward. And I don't know if it's because of the way I'm positioning my things in. Because I've played with it a lot, I have a suspicion that's just what the bag does. So it doesn't sit completely upright. It'll kind of lean forward a little bit. And I noticed that with the bag opened and zipped. If it's zipped, it doesn't do that. So there you have it. Even while I'm holding it, I love the bag. But remember, I've done videos on this. If I love a bag, great, but I love all bags. It's which ones do I use and justify in keeping. Because if you've ever watched them, I am a handbag hoarder. I confess, and it's just obvious if you ever saw my bags, but I'm actually working diligently to get it to a working amount where it doesn't feel embarrassing to me, or mostly I don't mind having a lot, and I think it's fine. It's if I'm using the bags, if I have a purpose for it, like my black Alma PM, I don't use that bag a lot, but I love having it in my collection because when, like last night, I went to a little awards ceremony and I carried that bag. I have a purpose for that bag. So if there's a purpose for it and I have a distinct reason to therefore have that bag, then I want to keep it. But if it's just going to sit in my closet because I don't know what to do with it, that's when it's time to find a new home. But for now, this Greenwich is definitely in my collection. I do love it. And it's one of those, I don't know why it's taken me a long time to get used to the bag. I mean, when I first saw this bag, I totally fell in love with it. And then by the next day, I'm questioning, like, is this the right bag? But I do that every time when I buy something that's high dollar and it's expensive. So I had the money for it because I'd sold other bags and had built up that money. So that wasn't the case. It's just still, when you get something that costs a lot, sometimes it kind of, it takes the wind out of me for a little bit, and then I acclimate, and then I decide, okay, was this really a mistake or was it not? And I know I'm a little bit all over the place. I've actually made a list of what to say. I've taken careful notes of the questions you ladies and gentlemen have asked, and I'm still having a hard time getting this to go really smoothly, but just, I wanted to get this out. And when you have other questions, I certainly can answer them. But I wanted to add that one of the things I love are these, it reminds me of the Montaigne, how the handles just fold over, and these do, and I love the way it does that. You see, it just folds in, and you can certainly have it flop down on the sides. So it just works well. I mean, I just find a lot of use out of it. If you want a bag that doesn't look so big but actually holds a lot, this is a great bag. Or if you want one bag that does everything, I think this is a good option. I'm not sure how well this leather is in different weathers. I know that when you deal with a Speedy and it's treated, that you can just wipe it off if it's raining. I would think minimally it's not recommended to stand out in the pouring rain, but when would any of our bags be appropriate for that? And I know this leather is treated better than a lot of that it's treated, so it's going to preserve better than just the raw leather. I don't know how, and I think it's scratch resistant. I mean, I have had it just a little bit of time, but I've seen absolutely no flaws in it, and it was already pre-loved when I got it. So, who knows, but I can tell you that the feel of it is luxurious, and I like holding it. I love the feel of it. It's very smooth, and it's comforting to me somehow. If you have questions or if I missed something, please let me know, but I appreciate you being a part of this with me, and I hope you all have a great day. I really do. Bye.